rounds. It's a solid start here for Daytrade on their push around Sky Gardens. QC's kind of gone towards them. Pedret, though, with a knockback onto Flash, so it's 1-for-1.
Yeah, Daytrade going to need a little bit more than just that, though, because they're getting shot by multiple teams, so I don't think they're going to have a great time here, though. KDR, nice. Gets a clean couple of kills onto the X-Men and keeps it alive from the future. So Power with a big spray doesn't land enough to really trouble Buriram on their way north. They're going to run into DK on their way here, and this is not a position that they can actually hold up in. They're going to be fighting from the blue. It's what Buriram does best, but this might be a situation that is going to get the better of them. They might have bitten off more than they can chew. That nade looks good. Nordra, ooh, not quite going to eat it, though. The explosion looked pretty close. He's alive still. Buriram, I think, really relying on Can to open things up here, and this nade might have to be the difference maker. If he gets the knock, he does. There's still a chance in this one for Buriram to come out with maybe at least three players alive.
Oh, could actually knock down though, but Hoang Jun couldn't win that battle against Can. The young prodigy was able to have an influence in this fight for Buriram when needed, especially with 2 already knocked. He goes up to 3 kills and really flexes his muscles and shows what he is capable of. Nordra, though, he just got tagged up and it's already in the blue. He has to stop and heal. Hoang, the rest of his team is gone, but he still remains to cause a little bit of mischief for Buriram United with that Mark 12, but a beautiful nade from Flucky. That's Purple Moon helping out Buriram with a big nade. Gets rid of Dankoa. Down to 10 teams remaining at the 20-minute mark as KDR has to fall back for FTF.
Well, in the eye of the storm at the moment for FTF. They've been given a brief moment of respite, which, as you said, is exactly what they needed, because 1 HP wasn't doing any favors either way. Feng Do able to get that knock, and the confirmed kill actually on the Jervis will be stolen away by Insight for EXO, who are putting together another pretty good game here. Again, sort of quiet start for them. But I think that's where EXO is able to do their best work. I mean, they've got 5 kills, I guess I say quiet start. That's a bit of a lie, isn't it? We haven't actually really been watching too much of their perspective, I suppose. But, yeah, doing a pretty good job. And Purple Moon.
I just think they got a lot of their kills on rotates, to be fair. Probably why it seems a bit quiet, if you will. As Thunders might catch Nordra. Yep, timed him beautifully. To be fair, Nordra was a little bit more preoccupied with what was over that hill, and Thunders does clean up for Purple Moon. Done well to actually kind of win that battle up north. I thought originally they were not going to be able to compete against a couple of teams around them. Teddy finished off by Teddy. Don't see that too often. And we're down to our top 8, now 7, with Petret's elimination for Q confirmed. Another kind of average game for QC. Not ideal start to the tournament for them. A team that's certainly capable of picking things up as they go along. New house now under a bit of pressure out to the eastern side. Got pressure from Deraton 5 along with ExoClan, who's got eyes on this. Smoke out with a raid launcher. T1 706 though has now been knocked as well. Theraton 5, this is where you've got to understand how do you want to play this location. You've got compound, but you also kind of want to get kills, and that's what Path and Pong and Thanatol were able to do. Up to 4 now. 4 Theraton 5, along with basically Prior building. They are in a really solid position to have another really solid game here on Erangel.
Yeah, that was a great toss by Pong, by the way, that nade that managed to get the kill onto You Do It. Thunders, need to be a little bit careful on this skylining position, because there is a bit of a crossfire actually established for Unicorn Cyber, though they really don't have too many opportunities to choose when their fights happen, and that will surely be their undoing. Purple Mood can just continue to pop up and down from all different positions and cause huge problems. Things are slowing down a little bit for UNC, which is, I suppose, nice. Flucky, not too sure which direction to look at. Does get popped by Destroy, but the trade is in there. Good spacing from Purple Mood as Thunders is able to at least ensure it's a 1-for-1. And now it's on to Demon solo. He's even getting shot in the back by Pong. Has to get on a move and doesn't quite manage to get that shot on to Escalusia, though I think he was a dead man either way.
Yeah, really good effort, though, from Unicorn Cyber. Like, the fact that that fight was going on for that long just says everything about their willingness to try and push, survive, make everything a possibility by just not giving up on the scenario. Blue Zone nade on their location forces them into a worse spot. They've got low ground advantage. They can't really push up that hill very quickly either. It's such a steep hill, that bowl. And yet, despite that, they were still doing quite well to get a couple of knocks, be in the fight. And credit to Unicorn Cyber. So far, a good start for them on Erangel. 14 points from the 2 games. I don't know what's going to get eliminated. That's Hakai, and that gets the kill for New Generation. And I will say, one thing to note, outside of four-man Bo Jordan, ExoClan, New Generation, T5, all alive and all had massive Game 1 performances. So it's going to be slightly top-heavy to begin. Night 1 only, sure. But this is how you basically create a top-heavy lobby, is starting the way we have for the first 2 games here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a point I wanted to make actually a little bit earlier, that it does feel like, 3 of the teams, being EXO, NGE, and Teraton 5, have kind of started to pull ahead of the pack already with some pretty consistent games. And not only that, but also the eye test is looking good for those 3 teams as well. So scary prospect for the rest. That said, though, EXO, again, haven't really been done any favors with that zone shift, and I don't think that they would have expected to have been, but they have lost Monty, and they might lose another 1 or 2 members for their troubles. They're going to try to play behind the rock, but there's just nowhere really to go. Inside, into the smoke. Survives for now. Can't get the res onto Akita. He's been finished off. Heikeman gets knocked as well by Hakai of NGE. There was really, unfortunately for EXO, nowhere safe that they could have ended up. The crossfire between NGE and Teraton 5 was just a bit too brutal.
Yeah, unfortunately at that point as well, where if you try and go for a wrap in the blue, try and maybe come in on the backside of a compound, you're just going to take so much damage from the blue anyway. Just probably not a lot that EXO really could have done from that scenario. Best case of any kind of scenario is get to some rocks, set up some car forts, some smokes, try and salvage it, then get a couple of knocks and push out from there. But the issue more than anything is the fact that they were in this crossfire, as you can kind of see from New Gen's perspective, along with T5, and even more coupled with the fact that they kind of split the kills a little bit too, those 2 teams respectively. So down to our final 3, Purple Mood, done well coming in from the north side. NGE, we mentioned them at the start of this game, Jordan, obviously inside against Naya. They were able to push into Sky Garden, scouted quite well for their next location. They've had arguably a perfect game. And obviously for Teraton 5, I'd say probably a very similar conversation would be had for them. 2 teams along with EXO that have started tremendously here on Erangel to begin night 1 of the Asia Super Cup. Thunders is gone. Hung Photo able to get that one, and yeah, I mean, 1 more left for Purple Mood. The real battle is soon to begin though between T5 and NGE. Yeah,
that's the big one, isn't it? Esquilusia could still play a part in this game though, and is kind of trending actually in the direction of Teraton 5 at the moment. Will be pushed in by the zone. Just trying to keep his head down and let this fight play out, and maybe see if he can pick off another player or potentially even rat out some extra placement points. But yeah, NGE, I mean, they're looking to take some control of the zone, aren't they? But they have given up players. Nice trade back, though, from Fap. Great shot onto Rossiter Jr. Panampong's going to have to come across to try to save the day, but the nade is in, and that could be a 2-for-1 special from Fap if it's a good one. Not quite. Doesn't go long enough.
Second one also falls short. I thought Fap, although is able to get Thanatol, who pushed right up to Fap. That is an aggressive play from Thana. Makai has spotted Esquilusia, headshot, and he is low and close to that blue. Has to hug the tightrope, and he eventually can't hug it any longer and falls to the blue. 3rd place for Purple Moon. Fap has just put in a massive performance right now at this rock. Those original nades fell short of the mark, but the gunplay from him has been perfect. Panampong, last one standing at the rock. Not exactly the known frag of Teraton 5. That's usually Thanatol, usually Rossiter Jr. And he has to now clutch up big in a 1v4 prone. Does he spot him in the grass? He does. The Fap will lose his life, but Panampong already with the blue at his back and no utility remaining. It's only flashes remaining. Smoke's gone, Molly's gone, frag's gone, and the final first aid kit at this point may as well die to blue. That nade with his name on it in the death wish, as the spray can't convert from hunger.